I'm nervous as shit.
Man, I'm like nervous, but I'm like chilling at the same time.
For real?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I get nervous as hell when I'm about to record these, bro. Because I love to go in with a clear mind, not knowing what I'm going to talk about. Because it's definitely the best way for me to talk. Because then I start overthinking if I know what I'm going to talk about.
Interesting.
Because it's hard for me to get... It's not hard for me to get to what I want to talk about, but I'll always have in the back of my mind knowing that that is what I want to talk about. So I'm not really listening to what the person is saying.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
And then I try to do a little bit of the mirror method, which is I watched the video on YouTube, which is like a really good way of bouncing off of what a person says. And you take about the last 3 words or the last sentence of what someone says and then play off of it. And then it makes them feel comfortable because you're listening to what they're saying, but at the same time, you don't want to use it too many times because then they notice that you're using it. Because you're just saying, are you just repeating the exact same thing over and over again? That is what I'm saying.
Right.
So
it's like listening without listening.
Yes.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
So you're just bouncing off of what they're saying and then putting your own opinion in it at the same time.
Nice.
Yes. All right. This is episode 10, I believe, of the Brandon Alper Experience with Kendel Dawson. I work with this guy. Great guy. Been working with him for about the last 2 months. He has his own podcast, Talks with Ken.
Yes, sir.
Free promo because I respect the guy.
I appreciate it.
But at the same time, I wanted to have this guy on the podcast because I know he loves to chat.
I wanted to be here so bad.
Appreciate that.
I wanted to be on the Bay podcast.
Yes, sir. The Bay podcast. Yes, but we have some chats regarding, just in general when we're in the studio, when we're working together.
Yeah.
And I think that we bounce off very well in order to create a podcast out of it.
Yes, we do.
Of course. So first thing I want to talk about, right?
Oh, man.
Because it's the first thing that came to my mind.
I'm ready.
I talked about this earlier on one of my podcasts, about 5-6 episodes with my friend Logan, right? But I was watching a video 2 nights ago, and I already showed you it.
Oh, God.
And it was about Mr. Sleepypeople, right?
Yeah.
Because I was talking to Logan about this, and he never seen it, right? So this entire conversation with him was just me telling him exactly what it was, and him just picturing what he was seeing.
Right.
However, you've seen this, and I've shown you firsthand, and I want to ask what your opinion is.
Creepy as hell.
Okay.
Creepy as hell. I mean, the fact that a lot of the women in the video don't know they're actually being recorded, and like they see the video and they're like, "Oh shit, that's me. What the fuck is that guy doing?" Like twinkling with my eyes and shit. That's fucking weird.
Yes.
And the fact that each video has like 80,000 views, 100,000 views or so makes me wonder what the fuck are people really into?
Yes.
Because that's no.
And honestly, the scariest part about it is that if you there are actual playlists that this keeps going.
Yeah.
So when you click on one of these videos, right, it just sends you more down a rabbit hole of more of these videos, more people that create these videos, more channels that consist of people prying people's eyes open while they're sleeping, bro.
That's weird as hell.
I know.
I felt really uncomfortable when there was the little girl one.
Yes.
It was like, she looked like she could be like 5.
Yes.
She had her eye pried open while she was sleeping. And I'm like, yo, people are watching this shit and getting emotions while looking at this. And that's on some like Bill Cosby type stuff. Oh my God.
It's just, I mean, all right. I have nothing wrong with people that have like weird sexual fantasies, weird stuff that they're into, fetishes, right?
Right.
But when it gets to non-consensual, doing stuff without other people knowing it, bro, that's just so weird to me,
wrong.
dude.
That's wrong.
And the guy's entire hypothesis about it that created the video, which is why I saw it in the first place, was, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this to you, was he would get his roommate would have people over, right?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't just the girl sleeping in the bed. It was another dude in the bed with it, with the person. And you would see, like, there was a video, and this is how you know it was unconsensual, was he would hold the girl's eye open, and then whenever the girl started blinking, he would run away and then stop the video. Oh my God. And there was only one video that I saw that was actually consensual, and it was because the girl started smiling afterwards.
Oh, okay. I think that's the one you showed me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there was a couple that I showed you.
Oh, damn.
But There was like 160,000 views on this, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange people in this
I know.
world. And like you said, like I don't bash anyone for their fetishes, but like non-consensual flicking people's eyes open in their sleep. I think it was weird when they did the one eye, but like when they did both and just had their eye just sitting there open and then close them back, and they just kept doing it over and over, and I was like, oh nah, there's some sick people. Like who even like? How do you find out you like stuff like that? That
was my question, right?
Right.
But I looked that up I looked that up about when I found this out, and apparently, a lot of fetishes that people have strike from your childhood. So when something happens to you when you're a kid, or something happens to you when you're a teen, it could either be from a fear, or it could be from something that you find out that you like from a young age. But some people try to like bury it, hide it. But then there's just some situations where the people just all of a sudden find that shit, bro.
Right.
And it's just weird.
But like, it's weird to believe that foot fetishes could start at a young age.
I got nothing wrong with people with a foot fetish though, bro. Because that's like, that's consensual.
Okay, it's consensual. I don't know, man. Like,
maybe if you're like taking a picture of someone walking down the street, that's pretty weird, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
But like, I don't know. For me personally, I hate feet. I hate feet.
Okay.
I just hate them so much. I don't care how pretty they look. Like you got the nice little white nail polish on the toes. It look nice, but it's just like people really get horny over toes.
Yes.
I can't imagine looking at feet and be like, oh damn. Like I just don't understand. I don't understand.
I think you're hating, bro.
Hating?
I think you haven't given a chance, bro.
I don't think I want to give it a chance.
All right. See, I can respect that. All jokes aside, though, feet, right, is something that I find funny, right? Was because when I was younger, right, I was a clout chaser. And have you ever heard of D-Bangs?
Yeah.
Okay, so D-Bangs came out with a song called it was Booty Eating Toe Sucker, and I was the biggest D-Bangs fan on the face of the planet. So as a way of me wanting attention, me wanting clout, I would always joke about sucking toes.
Sucking toes, right?
Exactly.
Oh my god.
So I would always joke about that kind of stuff because I was a freshman in high school, bro. I was weird. I would do anything for people to try to get to know my name, right?
That's how it is.
And then people started to think, oh, Brandon has a foot fetish.
Oh my god.
Brandon has a foot fetish. And I'm like, bro, there's a lot of truth in a joke. But I promise you, I do not have a foot fetish. I got nothing wrong with them.
Right.
Because like I can look at a girl, right, and look at her feet. And I say, you have some pretty like you have some pretty feet, you have some cute feet, but I would never straight up say like, yo, your feet, excite me. I can't get behind that, bro. I just can't.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't disrespect anyone who does.
Imagine you and a girl are in a room, right? And y'all getting freaky. And she puts her feet in your face. What are you doing?
I'm sucking her toes, bro.
You're sucking her toes?
Yeah.
So I can't.
For real?
I feel like that would ruin the whole movie for me.
It doesn't.
Look, I had a friend, and one day her and I were Snapchatting or whatever, right?
Okay.
And she sent me a picture of her feet. I'm like, yo, that's fucking weird. I hate feet. And then she sent me another like video of it was some weird ass shit. She licked her sister's foot, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? And she sent me another one. I'm like, yo, how could people be into this? Like, if I'm getting intimate with a girl and we're going at it, and she put her toes in my face, I'm kicking her out.
I think, all right, but that's the reason why some people like it so much, though, is because it's so intimate, it's so out there, it's so weird. Like, it's kind of taboo in a sense. But why would you realistically? Let's look at it from a realistic point of view.
Right.
Why would you use some sort of, like sucking toes, using some sort of feet as a way of, sexual interaction? Why would you do that as a way of turning someone on, getting yourself turned on? That's the thing. It's so out there. It's so weird. It's so intimate, which is why some people love it so much. Because if you are with a girl, right, and she allows you to suck her toes, she trusts you, bro.
True.
So that's why some people like it so much.
Yeah.
It's that comfort factor.
I still can't get behind it, though.
Yeah, but
I respect it and I understand it, but like, shoot, if I'm in a situation and her toes are in my face and she's like, "Go ahead, you can do it,"
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm probably. I don't think I'd kick her out. I'd probably like move on to the next body part.
Of course.
But if she put her feet in my face, I don't. Gosh, especially for feet aren't clean. God,
Yeah, that's
dang.
disgusting, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't get behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people have like the dirty fetishes and stuff.
Especially like there's videos. No, I know. My one friend, somebody offered to pay her to put on her shoes and step on chips to like make it look like she's a giant or something. And I think they were willing to pay her like $50 or so.
Did she do it?
I think she did.
Hell yeah, I would do it.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, I
But
don't
like
either.
the person who requested that, why would you be willing to pay someone $50 to watch them step on some chips when you can do that yourself?
I don't know, bro. I don't get it.
I don't get
I
it
don't
either.
understand.
There's a lot of weird fetishes out there.
I know.
And it's like one thing I think about often, it's kind of off task, but
You're
like
good, bro.
the first person that drank milk. Like who just walked up to a cow and was like, "Yo, that little thing right there, I wonder," started milking that John and was like, "Why not drink it?" Mm-hmm. And then why did that become widely accepted?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Who would do that?
I don't know.
And I thought of this the exact same question, but with a chicken. Who saw a chicken drop an egg, right?
Right.
Drop their kid, and then just proceed to think, you know what? This might taste good.
Let's cook it. Yeah.
I
don't
need
know.
this protein. They didn't know what protein,
They didn't know what protein was
back then.
back then.
Hell no.
I don't know what compels people to do certain things.
I don't know.
Like, if I couldn't even imagine like just looking at a cow nowadays, like I couldn't walk up to a cow and milk it and then drink the milk straight up.
Hell no.
That's fucking disgusting.
That is weird, bro.
And somebody had to try that out. Mm-hmm. Somebody had to go to a cow and was like, "Hey, yo, let's just do it."
Yeah.
And the same person who was like, "Let's kill an animal and eat it."
I mean, I can understand that one though.
I can understand it, but like,
It is weird.
yeah,
Especially in the hunter. Well, I mean, at that point, you got to remember though, at that hunter and gatherer lifestyle, bro, you were so, I don't want to say down bad, but you were so desperate
extremely down bad.
anything.
Right.
Like any food. There wasn't farming back then. I don't think, because I think obviously farming came after the hunting and gathering phase. So you had to eat anything that you could, and you probably saw an animal. But the first person that saw an animal and ate it, that is a little
sus.
strange. But you gotta eat something, bro.
True.
And what did they feed little babies? Like, what did they feed kids? What did they feed babies back in ancient times?
You think they fed babies raw meat? Oh. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Extremely rare meat. Mm-hmm. Ugh. That's gross.
Yuck.
Why do people still hunt today?
I mean, we need. Well, are you talking about for fun or for food?
Some people go hunt and get deer meat. I don't get it.
Deer meat.
Yeah.
I know. Well, a lot of the people, I would say, like specifically country people, that's a staple though in their culture that they go out and hunt and eat. And I mean, if you're gonna kill a deer, kill an animal, I mean, you might as well eat it. You gotta put it to good use, unless you're hanging it up on a wall or something like that.
But there's some people that go out and kill animals just because.
Yeah, that's weird. I can't get behind that.
I was talking to a kid in my neighborhood. The kid, I swear, he was like, he couldn't be older than 6 or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he was telling me, he was like, "Yeah, me and my dad and a couple of friends, we went and we were going snow geese hunting, and we killed a whole bunch of snow geese, and I ran up to the snow geese and stabbed it in the heart." I said, "Oh my God, you're like 6 years old. What the fuck?" Imagine going to school the next day and telling your teacher, "Oh, what'd you do this weekend?" "I stabbed some geese in the heart."
Bro.
Just cuz.
Have you seen the news story? It was a fake news story. It was like a 5-6-year-old kid, and he was talking about how he killed the person who intruded his home. It was a fake video. But he was just talking about how, I pulled out the gun because I saw who was trying to harm daddy or something, and I I just shot him, and I saw that he wasn't moving, so I continued to shoot him. and he said, and then they showed him his shirt. He said, "Oh, you're still wearing the shirt," and it was like a white T-shirt, blood all over. God. He was wearing the shirt that he wore when he killed the guy. Bro, it was funny as hell.
Oh my God.
Yes,
that sounds fucking great.
It is pretty fucking hilarious, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Are you a skit fan?
I do like skits.
Oh, because you create your own, don't you?
Yeah.
What? How do you get behind? How do you create your own skits?
I just kind of like think of like random ideas that pop in my head.
Okay.
If I go off like one joke. If I think of like a joke and I'm like, hey, that should be funny. Yeah. And I kind of like go off of that. Like let's say I did this one thing. It was called Ken and Ken. Okay. And I made clones of myself. Yeah. And I was like, yo, imagine if I just had clones arguing and then like write something up and then I just go shooting and do it. And I mean, the beauty behind skits is like, you don't make them to make other people laugh, or at least for me, you don't make them to make other people laugh. It's like, as long as you find it funny, yes, that's all that's important. So if I find it funny, I like that. And if other people find it funny, that's even fucking better.
That is true.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that creating your own podcast, right, is so fun. Yes. Because you talk about whatever you want to talk about. You don't let other people, I mean, maybe unless you let other people control your life. You let yourself talk about whatever you want to talk about. Exactly. You guide the conversation. You bring up whatever you want to bring up. And you let that conversation flow. Exactly. Bro.
I call podcasting free therapy.
I say that all the time.
Exactly.
Bro. I say that all the time.
You just sit there and you talk whatever you want to say, like whatever's on your mind. You just say it, and I don't really care like who watches my podcast or not. But like shit, it just gives me a space to speak.
Yes.
And shit, I mean, I just feel better, and I don't got to pay like hundreds of dollars to some fucking therapist that's just gonna try and prescribe me meds,
bro. And I think I mentioned this on a podcast before. I saw someone on Twitter talking about, why do guys create podcasts? It's because of a way to get over their depression. I said, why does that mean anything? Why is that a big deal?
Exactly.
Why do you care?
Literally.
What are you doing? What are you doing to get over your depression?
Not a damn thing. Nothing.
Not a thing.
They're just living with it.
We're out here.
We're creating an outlet to outsource our feelings, and I don't see why that's an issue. Everybody likes to talk about, men are too they're not sensitive enough, blah blah blah. But as soon as I become sensitive, now it's an issue. Yeah, right. Damn, you just want to talk about how you depressed and how the bitches don't love you. Well, what else am I supposed to say? It's my podcast. It's my life.
We speak from the heart, man.
Literally.
If I got a problem with the feet,
shit, I'm gonna talk about
my problems with the feet.
If the feet don't slide, I'm dying inside. That's how it is.
If the feet don't slide, I'm dying. That's good. That's a clip. There was this one teacher that I had, and she was my 7th and 8th grade teacher, right? And she had a book, and it was the best quotes that she had ever heard from students in her classroom. And I think that I'm going to start doing that with my podcast guests.
That would be dope.
And that is going to be the first thing in my book, bro.
Let's fucking go.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
I like that.
When back to the skits thing, right? When did you realize that you had a passion for skits? Or just creations of videos in general?
Probably since I was a kid. I just always loved TV and stuff like that, and I love to laugh. And I laugh at every fucking thing. And even in situations where I shouldn't be laughing, it's just always something. I find the funny in every situation. And I'm like, yo, if I'm laughing at this, I could probably make other people laugh at this as well.
I agree.
So I was like, let me just write some shit and do some shit. And then I started to like it even more.
Bro, I feel that. Because I cannot tell you the amount of times where I've been in situations that I have just started dying of laughter where I cannot be, like, I should not be laughing, bro. There was this one time when I was in 8th grade. I'm going to just keep bringing up 8th grade, bro. These stories, man.
Middle school was great.
Middle school was a good year for me, or just good years for me in general. We had to take this Smarter Balance test. Do you remember those?
Yes.
I had to take this Smarter Balance test, and there was this girl that I had a crush on, and she was pretty, obviously. If I have a crush on her, she's pretty.
Right.
So we all finished our work, and there was only a little bit of people that were working in the classroom in general, and I made eye contact with her. Ooh. So I started, not making faces with her, but you know, saying, you know, jokes, but not talking at all.
Right.
So my teacher realized, and she was one of those strict teachers. I still have love for her. Like she was one of the people that noticed that I had potential within English class and whatnot, and she would always try to strive for me to do the best.
Right.
So that's why I respect her for that. But I blew a kiss at this girl across the classroom, right? And what the teacher did was she thought I was talking. So I went like this. And my teacher thought I was talking.
Oh my God.
So she said, Brandon, you need to quit. Blah, blah, blah. Other people are testing. And I put my head down and I'm crying, bro. I'm laughing my ass off and she knows. And other people saw me blow this kiss at this girl. And they start fucking cracking up too, bro.
Oh my gosh.
But you can't say that you blew a kiss at the girl.
So you just got to live with it. Damn, yo, I'm sorry I was talking. I'm sorry I was talking to that. I'll live with it.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't get to go to a party that year because of it.
Damn.
It was called the Grit Party.
The Grit Party.
We didn't get to go to the Grit Party, man.
Damn.
But I will say that little detention that we had, if we didn't get into the Grit Party, that was probably better than the Grit Party, bro.
Shit.
Because there was this.
I don't want to go to nothing called a Grit Party.
Hell no.
The Grit Party.
Why do you, bro? If you get to go to a party because you have grit, that's ridiculous, bro. You should own up to that grit. You should say, I have this. I don't deserve anything because of it. That's what I'm supposed to have, bro.
Yeah. You said the Grit Party?
Yeah.
I thought you said the Grip Party.
Oh, the grip.
I was like, I don't want to go to nothing called a Grit Party.
I don't think I want to go to the Grit Party either.
I do not want to partake in that shit
I
at all.
don't either, man. I don't know what's going to be in that, but I don't want to go. I can promise you that.
Look, man, the other day when I told you, I was telling you how the fee had slid, right?
Yeah.
So there was a moment where we was getting, pretty much the whole entire time we was getting intimate.
Yeah.
We're just fucking laughing the entire time. Like it would transfer from like so much like intimacy, and then like I would do something and I just wouldn't see myself doing that, and I just start dying laughing. I kill the mood so fucking quick. It's like I know I shouldn't be laughing right now because like this isn't the time and place, but that shit was funny as hell.
Ah, God, dude. There's so many situations just like that just crack me up, bro. And it's never intentional.
Right.
You know, something will pop up while you're getting intimate and then all of a sudden you just start dying, bro. Someone makes a noise, someone says something. You hear a little creak. You hear someone make a step down the hallway. You're like, whoa. You just start dying, bro.
You should watch Family Guy while you're getting intimate.
Family Guy.
That was the funniest thing in my life. Like let's say I'm downstairs,
okay.
right? I'm downstairs right now doing the business, and then all I hear is Quagmire on TV talking about some giggity. And I started dying, yo.
Bro.
Oh my goodness.
The first time I ever got intimate, right? I was watching Tusk. Do you know what Tusk is, bro? Tusk is a movie. All right. Tusk is a movie about a dude that gets kidnapped and then turned into a walrus.
What?
I think you know how the night turned out.
Oh my gosh. That sounds great. I gotta watch the movie.
It was probably one of the most disturbing movies I've ever seen in my life.
Kidnap and turn into a walrus.
Yes.
I would not be able to focus on the sex at all.
Nope. It was not a good night. It was not a good night, bro.
Yo.
Hey, man. If you have bad experiences with sex, right? You gotta own up to them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, if you have other people, like if you're a significant other and you break up, right?
Right.
And then they start telling people your business. They start telling people like what you did, what your fetishes, what you're into are. Talk about like your bad experience. You shouldn't be doing that, bro.
You shouldn't.
That's just wrong.
I feel like that's a violation of privacy. Like I trusted you enough to express myself to you in these intimate ways. And you going around telling other people what I like. Like, shoot, you don't gotta tell other people how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like that's disrespectful, because if I would have done it to you, now it's a big ass deal. I don't know. Shit, there was something I was about to say.
You're good. And I think there's a difference between what we just talked about, right?
Right.
And then straight up saying like actual experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to defend myself at the moment,
Right.
but at the same time, I'm trying to defend the point that you can talk about it without talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of people talk about, oh, his dick didn't get hard. Oh, his dick's not big enough.
It was small or whatever. Yep.
Bro, come on, man.
I don't. Okay. My thing about that, right? Mm-hmm. Girls be like, "Yo, his dick's too small." Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, but if I start talking about the shape of your coochie or whatever, and I'm a woman hater, it don't make no sense to me.
You're a misogynist.
I'm misogynist. I don't get it. Cause I mean, girls talk about like guys' dick sizes all the fucking time.
I know.
All the time. All over Twitter and shit. It's just men hating. But as soon as I say something, then I'm a menace to society.
We can't win, bro.
There's no winning.
We can't win.
There's no winning. I
can't.
I think it's great because I have a lot of female friends.
Okay.
And I always talk to them and like I try to see their opinion on stuff. And like I'll talk to them and be like, yo, why is there like this double standard when it comes to women saying something about men and then men saying something about women and then now they're labeled as misogynist. And they were just like, honestly, I don't even get it. But it just is.
It's weird.
Very.
Because we see so much kill all men. Kill all men. Like, all men are trash.
Yup.
But immediately, if we say something about women,
If you call them females or if you say the word bitch, oh my gosh.
you're done for.
You're a monster. You should be canceled. You should never be heard from ever again. Like I don't call women bitches out of respect.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna do this, don't get mad when I retaliate and say something out of pocket that shouldn't be said.
I agree. And like, I'm afraid myself when we're talking about feet, right?
Right.
Because I'm not really afraid because I think it's more of a funny term in general.
I think so too.
So if you get offended over the word or the term feet,
Oh my gosh.
then all right, bro, you gotta chill, man.
Look, I feel like if you get offended over the term feet, you got some reevaluation to do. Because I know a lot of females out there, a lot of women out there. I forgot, like, you know, like they don't
Watch
like
yourself.
that.
Watch
Yeah, my
yourself,
bad.
bro. You're
I know
good,
a lot of women out there. They got a lot of people saving their phone as Friday night lunch or Friday morning breakfast or something like that. They don't even got the names. They just want it for the breakfast. They want it for the food.
2 a.m. call.
2 a.m. calls. Yup.
Do not answer this.
Do not answer. I saw I was on Twitter and it was like, what's the wildest name you've ever saved someone in your phone as? And it was this girl, she had this guy's name as his crack shows when he gets out the car.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's funny, though.
I hate to be it's funny
It's
as hell.
funny. That's funny.
I hate to be that dude.
That's embarrassing.
Like,
bro.
imagine you spitting game on a girl and like you chilling out with her and you text her phone while you with her, right? And you just look and it says, damn, I'd invest in a belt immediately. I'd invest in a belt and I would leave.
What are you doing, right? You're hanging out with the feet.
Right.
All of a sudden, she pulls out her phone. You're at your friend's house. Wi-Fi is automatically connected.
Okay, it depends on how close I am to the feet. Like if me and this foot, since it's singular, since if me and this foot are like really about to like get into a relationship or whatever, like we're really at that point where it's about to be like me and her versus the world or whatever, and we go to my dude crib and the Wi-Fi connect automatically, oh, you getting dropped. Yep. You either getting dropped or I'm asking some serious questions about both of them. Yeah.
Bro, I've seen videos on Twitter. Did you see it was a really recent video. It was a girl and then 2 other girls.
Yup.
And then the dude hosting the video.
Yup.
And they texted what was it? They texted the dude from the girl's phone.
They were like, he asked her, he was like, is your boyfriend loyal? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, okay, so if your 2 friends called your boyfriend right now and was like, let's hang, what would he say? And she was all like, he won't do anything. And he was all like, all right, bet. So they call and they were like, hey, Sarah left us or whatever. We wanted to come see you and hang. And he was all like, oh yeah, let's do it. And she got mad at them.
How do you get mad at them, bro?
Speechless.
I've never understood that.
I didn't get it either.
Because, right, I'm gonna say this God's honest truth. If I was in a relationship and my girl cheats on me, right? Why the fuck would I get mad at the dude? That's her decision. I mean, obviously, just because of natural instinct, we're gonna get pissed. Oh, that dude, he's having, sex with my girl, he's with my girl. Yeah, of course we're gonna get upset, right? But if we actually get more upset at the guy, she allowed it.
Literally.
This wouldn't have happened without her. She could have done this with anybody.
I never understand when people get upset at the guy, unless the only reason I'd get upset at the guy is if I'm close to that guy.
Yeah.
If I don't know this dude at all, I'm gonna be like, why am I getting upset at him for? Because if I'm put in that same situation and I don't know you got a boyfriend, I don't think I'm doing nothing wrong. So if another girl boyfriend come up to me talking about some, why you was with my girl, blah blah blah. What do you want me to do? I didn't know. She says she was single, so I thought I was in the clear. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your chick.
Yeah,
because she probably doing it again with two different dudes. And the thing I never get, you ever see those videos where it's like, I took my girlfriend's phone, and like the girls start freaking out.
Yes.
They start having panic attacks. Oh my gosh, give me my phone. Yo, some people are not meant to be in relationships.
Nope.
And I feel like that's okay, but if you're gonna commit yourself to being in a relationship, commit yourself to being in a relationship.
I agree.
Don't put yourself in nothing you don't want to be in.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I mean, if you're setting yourself up for failure at that point, bro.
Literally.
If you know, all right, question though. Say you have a toxic, say you're the okay. Say you're the toxic one in the relationship, or the other person's the toxic one in the relationship. And your ex, or let's just say your ex, right? Say you're the toxic one in the relationship, hypothetically, right?
Gotcha.
Your ex messages your new girlfriend and says he has a past of blank. He has a past of cheating. He has a past of whatever, manipulation, any sort of stuff like that. Would you be mad at her? Or what are your thoughts on that? Because I've seen that and I don't know how I feel about that.
So, that's a good ass question.
Right?
I don't think, damn, if I'm not a toxic person, but if I was thinking toxically, I would be mad at her for exposing me as a person I am. But realistically, I shouldn't really be mad at her. I should really be upset with myself for putting her what I put her through. Yeah. And then if my new girl didn't know what I was doing, then I can't really be mad at her. But if she did know about my past coming into the relationship and my ex is just bringing it up again, then I'm gonna be mad at her.
And my question is, does the past matter? Because I don't want to say this creates an excuse for the guy, but there are, and I'm not creating an excuse on why a person can be toxic, but there are certain triggers in certain people that might bring out certain reactions from other people.
Right.
So there's a difference between being a straight up abuser and then seeing someone as toxic if you label them as toxic, but another person might not label them as toxic. So do you, and I'm going to switch the question up because I'm not really sure where I'm going at, but do you think being toxic is objective or subjective? Because I think that some people label certain things as toxic where other people might not.
Rephrase the question.
Do you think being toxic is an all around, like there are labels, there is set out guidelines to describe a person that is toxic, or is it depending on the person? And is cheating subjective or is that objective? So is cheating a subjective thing where if you subjective you know what subjective means?
No.
Okay. Subjective means every single person has a different opinion on cheating.
Gotcha.
But objective means there are exact layouts for cheating for every relationship. Or what are your thoughts?
Okay, let me start with the toxicity.
Okay.
I feel like there are traits that could make a person toxic, but I feel like if a person has more than a certain amount of toxic traits, then they can be labeled as toxic.
Okay.
But you can have certain traits. You can have everybody has a toxic trait.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So everybody has a toxic trait. But once you start building up more and more and more, then you can be toxic. And I feel like at that point, you set yourself up for failure to be toxic.
Okay.
You can't really do anything to change that unless you strive to do better.
Yeah.
But you're labeled as toxic. You did that to yourself.
Yes.
That's why people consider you toxic.
Okay.
Cheating. What was the cheating question again?
Is cheating subjective, meaning should each person have their rules for cheating, or their set out rules for every relationship for what cheating is?
There's set out rules. No, each individual relationship should have a set rule for what cheating is. Okay. Because I believe there's different versions of cheating. Like, say you're in a relationship and some people will consider liking someone else's picture on Instagram as cheating, or following another girl on Instagram as cheating.
Well, in my eyes, ridiculous, but
it's absolutely ridiculous. But in other relationships, people don't care. I feel like cheating really is like when you're investing your emotions into another person.
Okay.
And when you're physically doing something to another person. So like, say if I see a girl, right? Okay. And I think she's cute, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I think she's cute, I want to start a family with her, I want to leave my girl for her. That's not cheating. Cheating is when you actually go and like, yo, I want to be with you, so I'm leaving her to be with you, but I'm not gonna tell her because I still like the way she give me that neck bone soup. So like, you can't really you can't really like label cheating as one thing. There's no all around cheating. Like, there's black and white is pretty much okay. Yeah, cheating is when you go and you have sex with another person, but there's so many different avenues to what cheating could be.
I know.
It could be emotionally cheating. It could be physically cheating. It could be, for some people, it could be liking the pictures on Instagram and shit.
That's so crazy to me, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's just insecurity, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially like the liking the Instagram picture and shit.
I know.
Because like, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody has like some sort of insecurity.
Of course.
But I feel like you shouldn't start a relationship with someone if you're not confident in yourself. Like, if you're not secure in who you are, in like your everything, you shouldn't have like, it's nice to have other people tell you, unless you know that like, oh my gosh, you're great, you're fantastic, you're this, you're that, and the third. But you need to know that before getting into a relationship with someone, because that's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. God, I know. At the end. And like, if there's so many things that could go wrong if you go into a relationship insecure.
Oh my God, I know, dude.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Ridiculous.
And I wanna get back to the insecurity and the cheating part, because I think cheating is extremely subjective, and my question is, right, you need to have this conversation with your girlfriend on what exactly cheating is.
Yes.
But, right, you need to have that conversation. But then, what if you have that conversation and say, oh, well, cheating is cheating, you know what it is. No, I don't.
No, I don't.
I need to know my boundaries.
Right.
And I don't mean that as a disrespectful way. I genuinely need to know the boundaries of what makes you comfortable, what are you uncomfortable with, and if I have to change who I am as a person in order to fit your boundaries of cheating, if like complimenting another girl is cheating, I don't know if I could be with you, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it depends on what you mean by complimenting.
Do you think flirting is cheating? I don't know how I feel about that either.
I think I do.
You do? Okay.
I think so. Like, if if I'm in a relationship and my girl is flirting with another dude, like, oh my gosh, I love your eyes. Like, your eyes look so good, blah, blah, blah. Like, to an extent, it's not. But there's a moment where you can just tell they're going a little bit over the top. Like, if you're like, oh my gosh, that jacket looks really nice on you, that's cool. But if you're like, oh my gosh, that jacket looks really nice on you, it really brings out your eyes, and I love like your smile, and then it's like,
I don't know how I feel about that. All right, see, I can get behind that because I'm a very naturally complimenting kind of guy.
Yeah.
And if I'm in a relationship and I have to not do that, I feel as if I'm being restrained because I'm not acting the way that I was brought up to act. Because I was always brought up, you want to make someone feel good about themselves. You want to compliment people. And if someone has a nice shirt, their eyes look nice, their glasses look good, just for example, because you're in front of me.
Right.
I'm going to say that because I want to make the person feel better about themselves, feel more comfortable. You have no fucking clue what they're going on like, in their life, right? So if I'm not doing that, that shit is... It doesn't make me feel as if I'm being truly myself, and it makes me uncomfortable. And I think one of the most important parts of being in a relationship is the comfortability, but at the same time, comfortability can be bad because you might be too comfortable with someone being toxic, someone being... And we can have this conversation for forever regarding the going back to someone if they're toxic, because it's really hard for you to get out of that situation in general. And it's frustrating seeing that, but at the same time, you don't know any better when you're in that situation. Because if you are in a toxic relationship, that's what you're used to. So if you get out of that, you want to go right back in it because all of a sudden you have someone controlling your life, and you have someone making every single decision that you have for you. You have the people deleting all of your guy friends on your Snapchat. You have the girl deleting, or the guy deleting all your girlfriends, or you know what I'm trying to say. And it's just scary to see that because there's a point where you can try, but it's truly the person's decision to do it.
Absolutely.
And you have to find your point in knowing that, like, all right, bro, you got to give up.
Yeah.
Or you're going to hurt yourself in the process.
The whole, like, being comfortable in a toxic relationship, oh my gosh, it's so bad. Because
it's so frustrating.
You never know that you're in a toxic relationship. Like, at times they may come to your mind. It's like, oh my gosh, are they really as bad as other people are telling me they are? But you're kind of like, nah, because I love them. Yeah. So, like, since I love them, like, I'm pretty sure they're doing this out of love, and it's not that bad. And, like, yeah, I mean, everybody else on the outside who's telling me, yo, you should probably get the fuck up out of that situation. They don't know what it's like. They're not in my shoes, right? Like,
he's changed.
She's doing better. Like, she's not who they used to be. But, like, it's the feeling of being comfortable. And, like, a comfortable life is nice, but at times it isn't.
No.
At times you have to get uncomfortable.
Damn right.
Like,
I agree.
It's just, like, so my last relationship, I don't want to say, like, she wasn't toxic, but, like, she had some traits that were really, like, questionable.
Yeah, of course.
And all of my friends are like, yo, you should really, like, run from this situation. Like this is not meant for you. She's doing this, that, and the third. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, is she really? And then, like, once I get out of the relationship, I'll kind of, like, look back on it. I'm like, yo, I was did dirty in the most way. Yeah. But I was blinded because I loved her.
Love is blind, bro.
And the crazy thing was, like, at some point I was like, yo, I want to go back in because, like, after being out of it for so while, it was like, I don't like this. I don't like being alone. No one likes being alone.
No, hell no.
So, like, after being with someone for a long ass time and then being alone for yourself for, like, a little bit of time, you're like, nah, I want to get back into it. But I'm glad, like, we never did get back because I feel like that would have prohibited my growth a lot.
Yeah. And I always say this because I have complete respect for my ex-girlfriend.
Same.
And even though we are no longer together, that period of time that I was with her, the 14 months that we were together and then the 5 months that it's been since we've broken up, this is the biggest growth of character
Yup.
that I've ever had in my life. I feel like I've truly discovered who I am. Maybe not necessarily my purpose, but I've discovered that I'm more, that I have a reason to live. I have a purpose to live, and it's just, I'm not here to be, and I'm not saying not here to be tied down. That's not what I'm trying to say, but I'm here to have fun. I'm here to do whatever I want by doing, and it's just doing this podcast, by me having friends, by me just doing other stuff like that, and being in that relationship just really taught me, especially the breakup, right? Because you have someone that you're with every second of the day, right? You're with them 24/7, obviously not 24/7, but you're with them much more than you've ever been with anyone in your life.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden,
They're just not there anymore.
they're not there anymore. And you're just like, oh my God, I miss you. I want to get back with you. But you sit there, you relax, you make the mistakes, you text them, you make the mistakes that you're not supposed to do to get over the person. But that's the best, in my opinion, from me, like my personal experiences. I'm not saying you want to purposefully do that, but those mistakes that you make after that, what you do after the breakup, if you go out, and this is not what I've done, right? But if you go out and you start drinking every night, you go out, you start smoking every night, you do something to make yourself feel better, right? Don't beat yourself up because you're doing that. Understand that you're doing that because you're upset. Just try to not rely on outside forces to make you feel better.
Absolutely.
Allow yourself to get over it. Hang out with friends. Hang out with important friends. Hang out with people that are not going to judge you for the decisions that you've made. If you miss that person, don't hang out with the people that say, oh, you shouldn't fucking miss them.
Right.
Hang out with the people who say, all right, bro, I understand why you miss them. You've been with them for so long. All of a sudden they're gone. Hell yeah, I understand why you'd be frustrated.
People act like it's not okay to be sad after a breakup. They're like, man, get over her. She wasn't all that anyways. Yeah. That's not what I want to hear.
Hell no.
I want to hear like, yo, I understand what you're going through. I know like that shit's tough. Like I know you guys spent a lot of time together, but like you're gonna be good. Like I'm gonna guide you through it. Like after, I want to say my girl and I broke up 2019 right after graduation. Okay. And so I had that whole summer before I went to college to really like discover who I am by myself. And my other best friend, Summer, she had also gotten dumped at that same time. And so we were like building each other up together. And I feel like that was the best thing you can have, is someone who's going to understand what you're going through, and someone who you can talk to at any time. Like I'd go to her house at like 10 a.m. or whatever. And I just kind of like sit there with her and her dog, and we'd just be talking in the morning. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I miss her like crazy. And she was like, yeah, yo, I understand. Like you guys spent so much time together, and you like you were so happy with her. But like you're gonna find happiness elsewhere.
Hell yeah.
Like you have to have people that's gonna understand your situation and talk you up into a better one.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't do the exact same thing, bro, because like I was down bad for a period of my life. I was fine for about the first month, and all of a sudden it hit me because I was like, oh, I'm free. I don't want to say do whatever I want, but then all of a sudden it hit me. I said, damn, I don't have that person anymore.
Exactly.
To be there for me. And then all of a sudden, I mean, it was a long process of me getting over it. I mean, I would text her and I would be like, damn, why did I do that?
Yup.
But then I'm like, all right, I understand why I did that. I was trying to, you know, set myself up for success, and maybe I'll set myself up for failure in the process, which is whatever, tried to help and whatnot. But regardless of that whole situation of what I did wrong with what you did with your friend Summer, my friend Anthony, right? And I had him on the podcast. He is one of my favorite human beings on this fucking earth.
Thanks.
Because I would be driving home from work. I would be driving home from somewhere, and he lives pretty close to me. And I would just go up to his house at night, 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. And I would knock on his window, scare the hell out of him. Because, I mean, I'm at his house at 11 or 12 at night. And I would just knock on his window, and I say, yo, bro, can we chat? Can we talk?
Perfect.
and we would just chat. And I could not tell you one time that he judged any decision that I've ever made of regarding me getting over her. And that was just, you need a friend like that. And it's really hard at this age for people to be like that, because when you haven't been through that experience, or when you go through that experience and you see people make the same mistakes that you do or that you did, you get frustrated. You don't want to see them make those same mistakes, so people judge. But you have to understand that if you're in that situation, you don't want people to judge you, bro.
Yeah.
And from experience of people judging me when I've talked to them about my issues, that's the best part of learning, because now I know not to go to that person to talk about whatever, because then they're going to judge me. But now I know, damn, I don't like when people do that to me. I'm not going to do that to other people.
Exactly.
And it's just, it's important that we learn these things, and you have to learn stuff from mistakes that you've made in your life. But at the same time, you don't want to forcefully make these mistakes, because that is when you can go wrong.
Like, being judgmental people don't really, like, it really blows my mind how people can be judgmental, because it's like,
I get it though.
I don't know.
Really?
I mean, like,
explain.
Okay, so like, I get that nobody's perfect and everybody makes mistakes, and I feel like in some situations you can be judgmental, but like, I feel like those are in like very, very, very extreme circumstances. Okay. Like everybody goes through certain things. Like I had one friend who kept going back to this guy over and over and over and over after, like, he just was addicted to her. He cheated on her over and over and over and over again. Yeah. And it's kind of like, why would you keep doing that? But
it's so easy to do that, bro.
It literally. But then, like, I was like, I thought about judging her. I was like, yo, you're a dummy for that.
Yeah.
But you have to think about, like, the way they were brought up. Like, she grew up without, like, a father figure in her life.
Yeah.
And that shit can really mess with the person. So, like, and I'm not going to judge you for doing that over and over and over again, because I know you don't really know too much better. You never had anyone to really guide you in these situations. I feel like everybody's circumstance is different. And like, I truly believe that, like, nobody can judge anyone because nobody's perfect.
I agree. And that those people are who I'm trying to cut out of my life.
Yep.
Those people that I notice whenever people make mistakes, they say, oh, why the fuck are you doing that? I don't like hearing that, bro. And a lot of the people that I surround myself around, or have surrounded myself around, do that. And it's just really frustrating for me, because I don't think that's something that you teach. Right. You don't teach people to just stop being judgmental. That's just always... I don't want to say that's always something that someone has, but you have to learn from experience that when people do that towards you, you're going to get pissed.
Absolutely.
So you have to realize that you need to stop doing that, because when you keep doing that, more than likely, if someone doesn't like that, they're probably not going to want to hang around you that much anymore. And back to the whole relationship thing. It's so easy when you don't have that father figure in your life. When you are going through problems, when you aren't mentally clear in general, it's so easy to all of a sudden something happens and, oh, you're mad. But then a big situation happens in your life, and then you go back to the person that's caused you so much harm in your life. It's something that you can judge the person for, but you have to sit back, relax, and understand that I don't want to say they don't know any better, but they don't know any better.
Right.
But you have to learn it yourself. But how do you get that person out of that situation? Because you can't tell them. If you tell them, they're going to say, oh, you're not allowed to have that opinion.
Yep. They're gonna be like, annoying, you're not allowed to have that opinion, and how do you know you're not me? You're not in that situation. And it's kind of like, yeah, but from the outside looking in, and like knowing you as my friend, I've known you from this time to this time, and from the start that I've known you to now, your character has deteriorated a lot, immensely, and you may not realize that, but I realize that, and I'm not judging you, but I'm telling you, like, yo, you need to get out of this situation.
Yeah.
Like I can help you if you want the help, and not everybody's gonna listen. That's like one thing I've realized in life. Like you can tell, like the old parable. Like you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Yeah.
Like you can tell someone to do something so many times.
I know.
But if they're not gonna listen, it's kind of like there's nothing else I can do at this point. Like I'm gonna always root for you, like have your best interest in mind. But if you're not listening to me, then there's kind of like no point in me guiding you anymore. It's kind of just like, I guess you gotta fall on your ass so hard that you realize, hey, that hurt. I'm not gonna do that shit no more.
And back to what Future said, bro. I'd rather see you unhappy with me than happy with anybody else, man.
Exactly.
All jokes aside, bro. I mean, it's just so easy, and I wanna keep talking about this, but I wanna stray the topic a little bit into more Future-esque.
All right.
So, I was originally a Hoodville hater. Hoodville, it was one of those things that I saw that and I said, how can people live their life like this, bro?
Right.
But then I realized it's funny.
It's funny.
It's so funny.
Oh my gosh.
And if you hate on it, yeah, like it's very easy to hate on it. But at the same time, bro, you gotta realize people aren't always gonna live their lives like you. But all right, I gotta word this properly in a way of not setting myself up to sound like an asshole.
Oh
right?
Gosh.
Future just makes me laugh, right? Because you heard I showed you the Nobody Special song, right?
Yes.
He said, I broke her heart.
Oh man, I don't remember.
I broke her heart, she still wanna stay, or something. Or it was, I broke her heart, go to the ER. Like, bro, come on, man. That is so funny, but it's just wrong, bro.
It's extremely wrong, especially in Low Life, when he was like, if she catch me cheating, I will never tell her sorry. And he stopped to repeat himself. It was like, if she catch me cheating, I will never tell her sorry. And it's funny, but it's like, nobody should live like that.
No.
But at the same time, I respect him.
We gotta have people that live like that in this life.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that to sound like an asshole.
Right.
I mean that as in, if we have a perfect utopian society where everyone is perfect, we have to have someone like that at least he's not killing people.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's being disrespectful as hell, because I mean, sometimes people gotta learn that people are like that, and you gotta be more careful and not open up your hearts and open up you gotta be trusting, but not that trusting to the point of understanding people are like that in this life.
Right.
And if you catch signs, you hear people that are like that, don't be around them. Mm-hmm. But it's funny. It's funny to listen to that unless you're in that situation.
True.
And bro, he's just so funny, bro.
Future is freaking hilarious.
Future's
hilarious. I remember I saw a Hoodville post, and like those things are like an event will happen, whatever, and then it'll have like the future underneath it, yes. And it'll send the text or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I dead copied and pasted one of those texts, and I sent it to someone, right? And I like the way I phrased it, I thought it would be a joke.
Yeah.
Until they thought I was serious. And I just was like, yo, that's crazy. And so I kind of ran with it for a little bit.
Did it work?
It worked.
Oh.
But like then I felt bad because they was really thinking about life, and I wasn't really like caring at all.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I swear I wish I could remember what it was. Dang.
It's so fun living your life like that until someone does it to you, though. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's the danger, because for people like Future, he probably doesn't care if people do that to him, because he's doing it to them already, so it doesn't matter. But if you actually like someone and they do that to you, bro, oh my God, that can destroy you.
Hurts.
But from an outsider's point of view, you see people acting like that, like it looks so cool, it's funny, it's fun. But then when that stuff like that happens to you, it's damn. It's kind of I don't want to say it's hypocritical, but
Right.
you know what I mean. Yeah.
I don't think I could ever be Future, man.
I couldn't either.
I can.
It is. It's kind of fun to live a little bit like that.
It's fun to live
have
a
the
little
feet.
bit like that. Yeah, had the feet sliding or whatever. But like me, I'm too nice.
Yeah.
I think that might be my toxic trait. Is not even toxic to other people. It's just toxic to me. I'm just way too nice to people, and I'm way too trusting. Cause it's like I mean, if you never broken my trust, then why am I gonna assume like that you're lying or whatever?
Yeah.
I believe innocent until proven guilty.
I agree.
So you're innocent right now. You ain't ever break my trust, but then you break my trust, and it's like, dang, yo, I should have saw it coming, but like I just wanted to see the greater good in people. And then once you try and find the greater good in people and they realize that like you trust them a lot, people take advantage of your kindness
Oh my God, I know.
so much. And I think like that's what I have to like cut down on. I have to stop. Like it sounds asshole-ish, but I have to stop being nice to people.
Yeah.
Like I'm just way too nice and people always take advantage of my kindness. And I'm kind of just sitting there like, damn, yo, what did I do now?
Yeah. Well, that's also what creates the belief that women like dudes that are more asshole-ish to them. And this is just a hypothesis that I've kind of created. And and I'm not sure, but I believe that I've heard girls say this to me in general, that they love a dude that comes off as an alpha male, but then when you actually get to know them, they're more of a beta as in they're more loving, soft, emotional. And I mean, I can 100% get behind that, understand why. You have this hard image on the outside, this masculine image, but then when you're alone, they're soft and cuddly and all that kind of stuff. But what confuses me, I don't want to say confuses me. I had this conversation with another person actually, and it was when the guy is just an all-around masculine human being, right? And they make it obvious that they're kind of Future-esque. They have that, I have hella hoes, I have hella feet. They have that mentality where they don't really care about you, and it's obvious that they don't, but you believe that they have that soft side within them.
Right.
And then you end up upset, disappointed when they never change.
I don't understand why people put themselves in that situations, because you can see it from a mile away.
God, I
if
know.
That dude is fucking 5 chicks a week, and you think you gonna walk up and be you gonna try and save him?
Change him.
Nothing's gonna happen. And the only person that's gonna end up hurt is you, because he's gonna consistently keep fucking 5 chicks a week, but he's gonna play with your emotions and make you feel like you're attached.
And guess what you're gonna do? Guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna send that 2 a.m. text. And they're probably gonna go fall for it because they think that he can change. He's not changing for you.
He's not changing at all.
Nope.
If the only person that can change him is him. And
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to change, he's not going to change. People have to stop trying to think that they can change people or I can make them better. That's not your job. You're not getting paid therapist money to go and try and change people. You're supposed to be with them. Yes, like if like you're not getting married to them, but you're supposed to be with them for better or for worse. But you can't start off at worse and try and make it better. You got to at least have them at better or like mid-level. If they're at the ground on some Future shit and you think you're about to walk in there and be Captain Save a Hoe, well, I'm sorry, it's just not happening.
Captain Save a Hoe.
Look, J. Cole said it, don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
Nope.
They don't want to be changed. You just have to live with that.
Nope. I have a question for you.
All right.
And I was thinking about it for a little bit.
All right.
Is it okay to have a crush in a relationship?
Not at all.
Really?
Okay, celebrity crush, yes. Like, in my last relationship, I fucking love Zendaya.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you have a crush on another person while you're in a relationship, then that's cheating because you're
cheating?
You're emotionally invested into someone else. Like, I was in a relationship and there was someone else who for a sliver of time, I felt like I had a crush on them. Okay. And then I stopped. I separated myself entirely from that person because I was like, you know what? That's cheating to me, in my mind, that's cheating, because in a relationship, you don't you just have to emotionally be with that person. Yep. You're with them because you care for them and you love them. But if you have a crush on someone else, that means you're willing to care for that other person and love that other person.
I disagree.
Really?
I think it's okay to have a crush in a relationship.
Really?
Yes.
Why so?
Because I think crushes are naturally human instincts. If you can be in a what's the word? Monogamous. That's the word, right? Yeah. Monogamous relationship. And you can just be for that one person, right? Her and I, me and her, right? But if you tell yourself, you automatically see another girl and you are like, oh, I can't be attracted to them. I can't have this extreme attraction towards them. What that does is that's just going to continue to create that spiral of you having that crush. If you keep trying to bury it, you try to put it away. But if you accept that, you say, all right, I actually kind of like this girl. Now, does that mean anything? Now, the difference is, are you actually going to pursue that person? Or are you going to just allow it to be in the back of your head?
Right.
That's the question. And when you actually let it take over you and you start to pursue that person, that's when it's cheating. But if you just have a crush on the person, you find them attractive, however, you don't act on your emotions, I don't think it's cheating.
I never thought about it like that. I think you can think other people are cute while they're, or like you can be physically attracted to another person in a relationship. But once you start to have that emotional component, I feel like it's taking away from that person you're supposed to be with. And I feel like if you have a crush on another person while you're in a relationship, then I honestly think you shouldn't be in that relationship.
Okay. And I can understand that.
Right.
But for a person, and I'm not trying to create an excuse for myself, right?
Right.
But if I'm in a relationship, right, and I know for a fact that is the girl that I'm with, like I want to marry, I want to be with her forever, all that jazz. But I see a girl and I'm very attracted to her I don't want to say emotionally, physically, because then that sounds cheating, but I truly don't think that having a crush in a relationship is cheating, because you just have extreme attraction towards them. But I do think that acting on it is a bad thing. But you saying that you having that crush in the first place there's a little red flag right there. Try and work out that red flag. Maybe you're missing something in your relationship. Have that communication with your partner. Maybe you don't say, oh, I have a crush on this person.
Right.
You don't want to say that.
Absolutely not.
Hell no, you don't want to say that. Especially if you don't act on anything and it's just something in the top of your head. Your partner doesn't have to know everything.
Right.
They don't. And where you need to actually do something is when you realize that there is a problem and you need to work it out. Mm-hmm. You can go to them and say, hey, whatever their name is, I think that there's a problem. I'm not as attracted to you as I used to be. Somebody was like, oh, does that mean you're breaking up with me? No, I want to somehow bring something new into our relationship so we feel, brand new. We feel that attraction comes back. But I think that you said this earlier, we're not perfect.
We're not.
So if we have a crush on the person, I think that's just a normal thing. So, I mean, how many girls have you had crushes on at one time?
A lot.
Exactly.
But I've never been committed to a person while I had that crush.
Yeah, but even if you're committed to the person, that doesn't mean that you can't not have a crush.
Well, okay. I understand your point, right? But if I'm committed to that person, that means I signed up for this monogamous relationship. I've chosen to commit myself to one person.
Yeah.
So if I'm emotionally invested in another person, because I feel like there's a difference between a crush and finding someone physically attractive. Like finding someone physically attractive is like, oh shit, I love the way they look, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But like, once you start like thinking about the possibilities of being with that other person, that's a crush. I've had crushes on people, and like maybe that's just my definition of a crush. Yeah. But my definition of a crush is someone that I would potentially want to be with.
Yeah.
So if I am thinking someone I potentially want to be with while I'm in a relationship, I start to wonder what in this relationship is going wrong. Okay. And like you said, like that, I mean, might be a red flag in the relationship, but then it's kind of like, yo, if there's a red flag in the relationship and I'm not attracted to this person as much as I originally was, and I have a crush on someone else, I feel like it's time that like this relationship might just have to hit the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't. I'm sticking to my roots, man. I'm sticking to my beliefs.
I respect it.
Because it's just, in my opinion, you can't force yourself to not be attracted to someone. If someone does something and you all of a sudden create this immense attraction towards them, I just think it's the acting on it that's the problem.
What do you define as acting on it?
And that's where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
That's where it gets tricky. Yeah. It is, because there's so many. Is you physically talking to them? Is it you texting them? Is texting the cheating part? Because, and this is where my question begins to arise, right? Mm-hmm. Intent. What is your intent on what you're doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? You have this crush, right? Mm-hmm. And you start texting them. Are you texting them because the possibility of maybe they have the same crush on you as well? Or are you texting them because you need the answers on a piece of paper or something? And then
I feel like in the back of your mind, though, at all times, your intent is always like, if you're talking to a crush, I feel like your intent is always to try and like, not like,
of course,
heavily flirt with them, but maybe like low key, like work it in there, just try and see like how they feeling about you. And I feel like once you start doing that, then it's like, okay, yeah, that's like a major red flag in this relationship. Like maybe we don't need to be doing this no more.
But all right, so let's rephrase the question.
Okay,
is having a crush cheating, or is it just disrespectful? Or because it's definitely disrespectful.
Yes.
But then we draw but where do we? I don't know if it's disrespectful though, because it's just natural.
I feel like
it's so natural to have crushes, bro. There's no shot that you are with someone for the rest of your life and you don't create some sort of attraction for another person. And obviously we want to create that the Notebook type stories where, oh my God, I'm so in love with you, I never find another person attractive.
Right.
I don't think that's realistic.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's not. And even there's going to be downsides of your relationship. But when there are upsides of your relationship, you can still have crushes. And I just don't think I don't think it's a problem. I do not. Don't tell me.
Right.
You can have that in your brain. Don't act on it. Just don't tell me that you have that crush. And that's where I'm fine with, we don't have to communicate about that.
Okay.
Obviously, maybe what I want to know, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, no. You know what I mean? Because if I hear that, I'm going to think, all right, what am I doing wrong? Where am I going wrong?
Right.
But is that insecurity talking?
Yes, I think so.
Right?
Dang.
Right.
I definitely think, like, I feel like you've like reshaped my mind, and maybe cheating is, or not cheating, maybe like having a crush is disrespectful and not cheating. Maybe as soon as like you start to make that move and try and talk to them, like
that's when it's disrespectful. I don't know if it's cheat.
Once you try and form a connection with them in some sort of way,
okay,
then that becomes cheating.
Okay, so I can get behind that.
Yeah,
I understand. Cause, bro, I'm not talking about relationships, bro. I have some mean crushes in my life, dude.
Oh yeah,
bro. And that's always my intent. Like, obviously, I want to act nice, act sweet, make sure they're doing good. But there's always that, and there's always that reason in the back of my mind on why I'm doing what I'm doing, bro.
Okay. Question.
What's good? Let me hear it.
When you have female friends, is your first intent when you have female friends to be with that person?
I'm probably not going to be friends with them if I don't see the possibility of me being with them, bro. And I'm with what Steve Harvey said. I'm serious.
Oh man,
I can't lie. I'm not a liar, bro.
I want to say I've definitely have female friends in my life that I've become friends with simply because like we're just friends. Yeah. Like that was what it was. Like if they were a dude, it's the same thing as like as if they were a dude. I just think they're just cool people. Yeah. But I'd say safely 98% of my female friends, like at some point, I foresaw a future. Well, I don't want to say I foresaw a future, but like
foresaw a future.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I could see us being together, and like maybe that like dies down over time.
Okay.
And like now we're just simply just friends, and that's it. But it would be a lie if I said that I never saw anything ever happening with any of me and my female friends. No, not at all. 98% of the time. 98, 97, I don't want to say 99, but like most of the time it's because I think that like I think that we could be together.
Oh yeah.
And if it doesn't happen, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's why we stay friends. And then like the Steve Harvey thing where he was like, I can't have any female friends if I'm married because like at one point I wanted to be with them. I kind of thought that was crazy talk.
Really?
Yeah, because like I get that at one point you wanted to be with them, but like, or maybe it's just for me because I have a lot of female friends. Like, oh my gosh,
Feet King, bro.
Yeah, I guess
That's Feet King, bro. That's Feet King.
I guess I'm Feet King. But like, I couldn't imagine like getting married and then dropping all of my female friends like flies.
No, I couldn't do that.
Exactly.
I did that when I got in a relationship though.
And how did it feel?
It sucked.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't purposefully. It wasn't her fault. It was I did it as a way of it was a way of making her feel comfortable.
Right.
I didn't want to have other females regarding and to be in my life because then that might have made her feel uncomfortable. It didn't, but that was just my belief, and that's where I fucked up.
Yeah.
Because then that also fucked up my mindset. Where every single time that I started to get a female friend, I said, oh shoot, I don't want to hurt her. And then that is where I went wrong, bro.
Yeah. I feel like when I get married, my wife is just going to have to be okay with like the amount of female friends I have.
But that's insecurity.
Yeah.
If they don't, that's insecurity.
That's what I think too. Like if you don't trust me enough to have these friends and think that at the end of the day, I'm still not focused on you, then that's a problem on your side.
I agree.
Because I'm married to you and I love you. I'm committed to you because I want you. I've had these people my entire life. If I wanted to make a move on them, I would have made the move on them a while ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't. They're just staying as friends. And they know that. So why am I dropping all of them to satisfy you?
Yeah, I mean that's a part of your life where you should be allowed to be selfish.
Exactly.
And I'm not trying to support the insecurity here, but I mean there are aspects in life where it's okay to be insecure.
Yeah.
You can't be mad and just say, "Oh, you can't be insecure, bro." You know how hard it is to just stop being like that?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's something that you learn mistake wise. I don't know.
I feel like everybody's like insecure because of one bad experience in their life.
Yeah.
Or like societal standards. So say like short dudes. Like me, for example.
Yeah.
I know.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
5'5"? Okay.
Yeah. For most of my life, honestly, I probably just lied to you about my height, to be honest. I'm probably like 5'4.5". I don't know.
You're good.
One of the two. But like for most of my life, I've been insecure about my height because a lot of females have made me feel insecure about my height. They're like, yeah, oh my gosh, I keep saying that. Oh my gosh.
I'm messing with you.
A lot of women have made me feel insecure about my height. They're like, oh, well, you're short. Nobody's gonna like you. Blah blah blah. Yeah. You know who's gonna want to be with someone that tall? Oh, I want to make D1 babies. I can't do that with you. Blah blah blah. And it's kind of like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm still a person, and I still have feelings. And so when I get hurt, then now I'm all soft and I'm all emotional and shit. And now you clowning me because of the way I feel. I wouldn't be feeling like that if society wasn't all like, hey, short dudes aren't it. You have to be 6 foot and up. I feel like those standards are fucking ridiculous because there's not even like a whole bunch of 6 foot people in the world.
It's what? It's over 90% are under 6 foot, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I met a girl once and I tried to like spit game with her or whatever. Bro, when I tell you she was 4'11", I'm like 5'4", 5'5". Mm-hmm. And she said I wasn't tall enough for her because she only dates dudes 6 foot and up.
4'11".
What? I was like, are you kidding me?
All right. I got nothing wrong with preferences though.
Right. I got nothing wrong with preferences too. However, then there comes the double standard.
Yes, and that's where I'm with you. Because if you're mad that I'm not going to say any examples because then we can offend some people here. But if you're mad that we won't date someone that is something, mm-hmm. but we're not allowed to be mad that you won't date someone that's under 6 foot, that is such a double standard.
It's literally a double standard. That's exactly what it is. And it makes no sense to me why that's deemed okay and me not wanting to date someone who's X, Y, and Z. Yeah. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, you should feel ashamed of yourself. No, if I'm not physically attracted to that person, then I'm not physically attracted to the person. And that's it. I can't change who I am mm-hmm. to please you. Like, that's not my goal in life. My goal in life is to make me happy by doing things that I like. And I'm not going to be with someone that I don't like to make the world feel happy. No, I'm just not going to do that.
That's good. I mean, I agree.
Hey.
If I don't find you attractive, I'm more than likely not going to be with you.
Right.
And I don't mean that offensively, but the people that say, and we've had this discussion before, mm-hmm. the people that say, I date people for the personality.
Man, get that bullshit out of here.
You're lying to yourself, bro.
Because the first thing you see is not their personality. The first thing you see is their physical appearance. Mm-hmm. That's what attracts you to come over to that person. Because you're like, oh, okay, I think they're cute. And maybe they may not be as cute as you want them to be, mm-hmm. but you are slightly attracted to them. That is what draws you in. Yes. And then maybe their personality is what
kicks it. Yeah, is what kicks it up in high gear. Yeah.
Like I could be like a solid 6 on appearance, mm-hmm. but my personality would kick me up to a 10.
A 9. Yeah, or 9 or 10. Yeah, exactly. I agree. And you can't get mad. You can't get mad that I say that all right. Now, if you say straight up, I'm not attracted to you, that's pretty rude.
Yeah.
That is rude. You shouldn't say that. But at the same time, I don't like lying.
Right.
So, there's the people that say, oh yeah, I don't want to. I'll throw this away, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I don't want to date you because blah 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 XYZ. All the excuses in the book, bro. Right. Just tell me the truth, literally. Man. What do I have to do?
Exactly.
There's this girl that I wanted to get with. You know her.
Oh yeah.
You know her, bro. She came up with every excuse in the book. To not get with me, bro. And then I said, I don't care. She said, oh, well, you're going off to college. You're doing this. You're doing that. I don't care,
I don't care. Like, I don't want to be with you. Yeah.
And then she said, oh, well, anyways, I don't want it. I said, bro, you just tell me that.
Like, it just makes no sense. I feel like just be straight up with me because there's no point of beating around the bush. Just smack the bush. Tell me what it is.
Yeah.
If you don't think I'm attractive and that's the reason you don't want to be with me, like, just let me know.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt at first, but I'm gonna understand. I wouldn't want to be with someone I'm not attracted to.
Hell no.
So if you're not attracted to me, you better tell me that.
Yeah.
If you don't like the way I do something, you better tell me that. Mm-hmm. Especially like if you do like me, but you don't like the way I do something, you better tell me. You better tell me before we get into that relationship because I'm not gonna change who I am to please you. If I like to put ketchup on my mac and cheese, right? I know it's a weird example, but if I like to put ketchup on my mac and cheese and you don't like that about me going into the relationship, but you stay silent and I start putting ketchup on my mac and cheese and now it's an issue for you. I've been doing that for all my life. I'm not going to change that about me because you don't want me to put ketchup on my mac and cheese. You should have been with someone who's not putting ketchup on their mac and cheese and putting ketchup on their hot dogs or whatever.
And that's all right. Kind of bringing that back to the flirting thing.
Oh God.
What if you're a flirter and then all of a sudden you're in a relationship and you want to stay flirty?
Okay.
Is that a line where we draw it? Is that a line where we draw it?
Okay, but like,
Nah, I get it.
oh, no, because now I'm like intrigued because like,
Cause I'm a flirter, bro.
I feel like there are definitely people with flirty personalities. I've met so many people with personalities that are just extremely flirty, and I feel like that's really hard for a person to know before they get into a relationship with them, because they just assume that you're flirting with them
and not anybody else.
And that's why when you get into a relationship, they're all kind of like, yo, what are you doing? Like, this isn't the person that I'm attracted to, I fell in love with or whatever. Yeah. Like, you're not supposed to be doing. Exactly. This is who I've been all along. Yeah. You just assumed I was only doing it to you. Like, I always like think of it like this. When you go house hunting, right? You're hunting for a home. You don't just find one house and stop there. You look at a whole bunch of different houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I like this one. I'm gonna settle on this one.
I like number 4. I'm gonna try and get number 4.
Exactly.
Can I get the lease on that?
So I'm gonna like get the lease for the house, but before I sign it, like I'm really dedicated to this house. I'm gonna keep scouting out the options just in case I find something better. And then like if I get that lease, then I'm gonna sign it. All right. This is what I'm gonna be with. However, I'm gonna always look for something better. I can have a Honda and really like that Honda. But while I'm in the Honda, if I drive past a Ferrari, I'm gonna like the Ferrari.
Yeah. But then it's a problem though if you're really attracted to the Ferrari. Yeah. You actually act on trying to get with the Ferrari.
Oh shoot, man, I'm killing me right now.
You know, I gotta call out the flaws.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you're kind of supporting me a little bit.
I think
here.
I am.
You are.
Oh dang,
it's hard, bro. Because it's so easy when you are talking about stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
To just all of a sudden want to take the moral high ground. You say, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do that." But then you talk about it. You talk about bringing other situations into it. You say, "All right, the house hunting, the book hunting, the looking for a car. I kind of want a new car. All right, but I got to pick the perfect car. Is it bad that you're test driving all these cars?" I mean, if you're test driving all these cars and you're telling them, "All right, well, this is the car that I'm going to drive," but then all of a sudden you start driving another car. Yeah. That's a problem. Yeah. That is a problem.
But then I think it also goes back to the fact that like I'm car hunting and I like another car, but the car also doesn't have emotions.
Yeah.
So exactly. So it's like I can do that safely, not caring.
Unless you're Future. Unless
I'm Future. And I don't think I could ever live up to Future. Like maybe one day.
Maybe one day
I could be Future. But I just like as of right now, I'm not built to be Future.
I know.
But like if I'm in a situation where I'm car hunting in a relationship, then it's like it's wrong because my car has emotions.
It is wrong. It is wrong to car hunt. But at the same time, yes, it's a problem, but is it really a problem if it's only you in your mind and you're not bringing other people into it? Because I always think about this, bro.
Right.
Intent. What is your intent? Are you doing it as a way of, this is who I've always been, this is my way of still staying who I am, but not involving another person? The crush thing. You're a flirter, right? And you crush on a lot of people. You get the person that you truly want to be with. But you start to say, oh, well, I mean, I kind of like this girl, but I'm not going to act on it.
Right.
So I'm just going to create these fallacies, but I'm going to create these situations in my head, la, 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 Candyland type stories. But I don't know. I really think it's intent, but I'm not sure, bro. I am sure. Because I don't think it's wrong.
You don't think she?
No, I don't. But we've had this discussion.
Yeah.
We talked about it. But what I will say, right? YouTube. Okay. We're talking about Future, talk about Hoodville. I take that back. I want to talk about Hoodville for a second.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Do you get hundreds on every Hoodville quiz?
I usually get hundreds or 90s. I usually get close.
Okay, all right. I'm cool with that. I've got 100 on every single Hoodville quiz that I've taken. Oh my gosh! And I haven't even seen a lot of the posts that are on there, bro.
I think it's just like
that's just my brain, bro. I don't know why I know, man. I just know. I saw something, right, and it made me laugh because I started thinking about it. Because thing is with Hoodville, right? I take a little bit of what they say, and not everything, not the extremely toxic stuff, but the toxic stuff enough to the point where it's funny, but it kind of makes sense. The loyal girls don't message back.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking about that.
It's facts. It's facts. I've been in a situation where someone hit my girl phone, and my girl was all like, oh, she was like, I texted them back to let them know, like, I didn't want to, partake in that. And I was like, I said, why didn't you block them? Like, you didn't have to text back. Why don't you just block them? I didn't want to be a mean person. What? I was like, oh yeah, you definitely cheated. I was at that point, I was like, oh yeah. I was like, look, you don't got to message back. You don't have to text back. But that moment, because you think about it, you're kind of like, I kind of want to engage the situation. You cannot engage it at all. You could just cut it off entirely. But the moment you engage it, it's kind of like you were thinking about it for a second. So then that's where I become upset. Why would you message back?
What if they just say thank you? Or what if they say, like, I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend or something? I mean, you're still messaging back.
You're still messaging back, but I feel like if you say, I have a boyfriend, then I feel like that's the only reply back. Because you would be blind to assume that, like, guys aren't, like, just swiping up on your story to say, oh, man, you look nice today. There's intent behind that message.
Hell yeah. I'm not going to say that for no reason.
There's always intent.
Yeah, and that's, oh, shit.
Exactly.
I just called myself out.
Exactly.
That's the flirty in me, bro. Oh, God. I'm going to have to cut that out. Yeah. I'm not cutting it out. People are going to watch this and think, all right, this is the kid I'm not getting a relationship with, bro. Oh, no.
Look, man, he's a feet king. He's a feet king.
I am feet king, bro. I am feet king. Feet king with no feet, bro.
Feet king with no feet. But look, you going to get your feet together. And
I will.
You're going to be able to walk and run.
I will be able to walk. I mean, you need two, though. You need two to be able to walk.
You need two, but I mean, like, let's say you got no feet right now. You got prosthetic legs, right? You got different prosthetic legs you like to wear out.
They don't have emotions.
They don't have emotions. They don't have emotions.
That is true, bro. My question is, I always say, bro, I love how we've just been talking about the same topic, bro. Yeah, it's cool though. I'm enjoying this conversation. I like it. Right? What are your thoughts on the girls or guys that don't put their significant others in their bio? Ooh. Bro, I hate that.
I do too, because it's like I'm shooting my shot with you, because if that's the first thing I check. I go to their bio, or I go to their profile, and if I don't see nothing in the bio, it's like, all right, cool, clear game. Yeah. Not shoot my shot, then be like, oh damn, I have a boyfriend. Where is he?
Why is he not on your account?
He's not in the bio. He don't got no Instagram pictures with you. And I'm not the type of person to be like, you got to promote your significant other on social media, right? But I feel like if you're very active on social media, your significant other should be there, because why aren't they? If you're that active there, why are you afraid to hide or to show them?
Yeah, I mean, if you've been together for that long and you post a lot, why do you need to have a sneaky link, bro?
Exactly.
Why can't you have them in their bio? And maybe if your reason is, oh, we've been together for so long, I don't need to have them in there. All right, I don't care.
Yeah,
throw them in there, bro. Literally. I'm gonna shoot my shot. And if I have to hear, I have a boyfriend one more time, bro. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be mad.
I hate I hate that so much.
You know what I do hate though?
What?
When you say something, when you flirt, and the person responds with, My boyfriend loves that too. Shut up, bro. I don't care.
Bro, just say I have a boyfriend and move on.
Yeah.
Just say I have a boyfriend and move on.
You gotta get angry, bro.
Exactly.
There's no reason to, man.
Oh, man, I love your t-shirt. Oh, my boyfriend loves my t-shirt too. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Does it look like I care about your mans?
No.
I'm in your DMs right now. All right, just tell me I have a boyfriend, and then let's move on, and we can end the conversation. We don't gotta take it any further.
I know, man. That's just frustrating.
Yeah.
Because, why? I mean, all right. If it's the dude and they want to get angry, all right, I get it. Right. I understand. But there's no reason, bro. You don't have to be all angry. The dude's just trying to shoot his shot.
For real. I feel like everybody's been in that position before. Everybody's been in a position where they shot their shot and then like they realize, hey, this person's in a relationship or whatever. Mm-hmm. So if you're now in that position where you're in a relationship and you see someone shooting their shot, don't be an asshole about it. You know what it's like to be there. Just hit them with the, yeah, I'm sorry, I got a boyfriend. And that's it. You don't even got to say thank you or nothing. Just, I got a boyfriend.
I think we've discussed this topic enough.
I think so too.
I'm gonna change it for a sec.
Go crazy.
Not for a sec. We're gonna change it, right?
All right, bet.
We were just playing mini basketball, bro. Mm-hmm. I honestly enjoy mini basketball more than actual basketball.
I do too.
Seriously.
I don't know what it is about it. I think it's the difficulty of like trying to get the small ball in the hoop, but it's also like when you're okay. So when I was younger, I had like a small basketball hoop in my room, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like when my cousins would come over, like we also have like the basketball hoop outside by the neighbor's house, so we could go play on that one. Okay. But we also have the one in my room, and I think it's better because playing it inside is just so much more different than the one outside. And inside, I could do a whole bunch of tricks. I could throw it off the wall and dunk it. I could do like a between the legs. I can't do that in real basketball. And mini hoop basketball doesn't really take a lot of skill.
Nope.
I think that's what's best about it.
And I mean, I've played a fair amount of outside actual basketball. I've released or I've lowered the rim to 6, 7, 8 feet to the point where I can dunk, where I can kind of do those tricks. Not obviously as well as I could in a mini basketball, but enough to where it's just as easy to shoot.
Yeah.
But I just enjoy the AC.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm standing on carpet. Yeah. I can throw the ball off the wall, do my little tricks, but then it's hard to shoot that ball. But it's so much more satisfying when you make the shot,
exactly.
bro.
Exactly. I was about to say, like, even when you lower the hoop to where you can dunk on it, that is not the same satisfaction as being in your bedroom and throwing it off the roof and dunking it and just yamming it. And you look around the room, like, especially when you're younger, you just feel like you're LeBron James. It's crazy.
I know. We were playing, bro. I got Hall of Fame shot creator.
Man. I had one shot, like step back fadeaway. I was like, goodness. I could do that outside. The only time I would have more satisfaction is if I'm playing outside and I hit that shot on another person. But if I just did that by myself outside, I mean, it's not the same as doing it on the little mini hoop.
There was this one time that I was playing actual basketball I was at my friend Ryan's house. I was against this other kid. His name is Trey. And there was one time that it was during, I think, NBA 2K16, NBA 2K17. And I don't know if did you ever play any of the 2K games?
I did. Not the, I think I played 16 though.
Okay. Well, in 16 and 17, there was this overpowered crossover. It was called Hesitation 3. Mm-hmm. And Hesitation 3 was this mean step back where you would step back 3-4 feet backwards, right? And it was so easy because you could do that and then do a little crossover, and it was the easiest ankle breaker or way for you to get open in your life.
Right.
So I was joking around, right? And it was a 1v1 on Trey and I. Or with Trey and I, and we were playing, and I said, "Hesitation 3, step back," and I said something else. I don't know. Yeah, I said 2 for the dollar, 3 for the bills. I don't know what the hell that means, but I just pulled up in his mouth. Hesitation 3, yelled that in his mouth, wet like water, bro. That was one of the highlights of my life.
Oh my gosh! When you hit a shot on another person, I just feel like they're not allowed to talk bad about you ever again.
Nope.
because they just have to live with the fact that happened. And I be feeling bad when I look at like NBA dunks of the years, especially like that Anthony Edwards dunk. Oh my gosh. I don't know who we dunked on, but like they have to live with that for the rest of their life.
That's scary.
And they're going to see that. They're going to see that highlight for the rest of his career. And that sucks for them.
I know. And I mean, even regarding boxing and that, bro, you got to watch yourself get knocked out for the rest of your life.
There's nothing more violent than that. Imagine like you walk up into a ring and like you think you about to go crazy, especially if you get knocked out in the first round. Oh my gosh.
Imagine being Ben Askren, bro. You got knocked out in 5 seconds.
Jeez.
That's so embarrassing. He owns it though.
Right.
He got knocked out in 5 seconds. I mean, he made his money from it. Then he got knocked out from Jake Paul.
Dang.
Yeah, bro. But I mean, he made his money. I can't disrespect that. Counting his coin, bro.
As long as you make your bread, like even if you get knocked out, then I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
Especially like, I mean, I definitely was mad at like the Floyd and Logan fight. I think it was Logan, right?
Yeah, it was Logan Paul.
Yeah. The Floyd and Logan fight, I was mad. Well, I definitely didn't pay to watch it. That was for one. He was advertising it as legalized bank robbery. Why am I paying to watch that? Absolutely not. But the fight was interesting because it really lasted all the rounds when everybody thought Floyd was going to knock this dude out.
I know.
And nothing really happened. But they all made like $30 million each in that one night. Yep. I can't hate on that.
Nope.
That's easy money.
How can you hate on that? I'm serious.
You can't.
You can't. Because, I mean, you can be, if you put up Floyd Mayweather or Logan Paul, right, against, you can say all you want, oh, he didn't knock him out. If you went up against anybody, the worst boxer, the worst professional boxer on the face of the planet, you threw me, you threw you, an average Joe that's saying those statements up against that dude, he is knocking your ass out.
Yep.
And out cold.
Yes.
In probably 10 seconds. If you go up against the worst NBA player on the face of the planet, you are still getting cooked.
Yep.
Regardless.
There's one dude in the NBA named Tony Snell. It's probably the ugliest man I've ever seen in my life. But everybody likes to call Tony Snell a bum and like he's trash or whatever. I don't even know what team he plays for. You go against Tony Snell, you're getting your ass cooked because I don't even know what the number is for the amount of people there are in the NBA. I think it's like less.
It's about 200. It's not a lot at all, dude.
There's 200, like just say about like 200 people in the NBA. You know how many college basketball teams there are? You know how many high school basketball teams there are?
Yeah.
Yeah. And only 200 people in the world.
Yeah.
Like imagine making it into the NBA and you sit there and you're like, oh man, they're a bum. You get cooked by them.
I know.
The worst player in the NBA the worst player in the NBA would look like LeBron James against me right now.
Throw him against anybody.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
It's wild.
Is there anything in specific that you want to talk about for this podcast? Anything that's on your mind, bro?
Man.
I don't mind chatting, bro.
Let's see.
I do have a couple things though that I do want to mention because you wear the You Matter hoodies, right?
I do.
What are your thoughts on those hoodies in general? Because a lot of people say that they're exploiting people with suicidal thoughts and exploiting people with depression.
Well,
what are your thoughts on that?
Well, exploiting. I don't really know. I don't think they are because I know like the creator Demetrius Harmon. Yeah. He actually like really did struggle with like stuff like that. Like I be reading like some of the stuff he says on Instagram and shit like that. I'm like, yo, he really went through this, and I can only imagine the main reason he made it was to empower people or whatever. Yeah. The thing that I really didn't like about it is that the hoodie was like $75, and it's like, yo, that shit's expensive as fuck. And I know they had dropped one. It was like a Black History Month one, and I think that was the one I wanted to cop. But it was like it was all black, and it had a satin lined hood, and I was like, yo, I really want that shit. But that shit was like $90, and I was like, yo, $90 to get a hoodie that tells me I matter. It's not gonna cure my depression. It's just gonna make me look dope. So I don't think it's an exploitation of depression, but I definitely, after buying it, I mean, it's comfortable. I can't lie. It's comfortable and it's nice. It's not worth the price.
Yeah.
It's not worth the price. I'd probably pay like $50 for it. I hate that as soon as you buy it, there's a no refund policy.
Really?
So like I bought it and I immediately regretted it. I was like, yo, I really just spent $75 on a hoodie because I don't really like spending money at all. So I dropped the 75 and I'm like, you know what? I want to cancel it. And I'm trying to look for like how I could like cancel the order, refund it. They're like, no refund policy. I said, fuck.
The only problem that I have with the You Matter hoodies is he says that he don't. All right, I don't really have a problem with it, but I'm expressing a concern that another person would have, right? And it's he doesn't say the exact amount that he donates for the hoodies, and that's where I'm a little questioning about it because he's making these hoodies that are making someone supposed to feel better, right? Which is cool, but I do want to see that some of the money at least is going towards suicide prevention, depression.
Absolutely.
Prevention, but he doesn't say the exact amount that's being donated. And the difference between that and the Happiness Project hoodies, because I know we've been looking at them, is there's an exact amount that is donated from those hoodies.
It's 15%, right?
Yes.
Yep.
But Demetrius Harmon doesn't say exactly how much is donated.
I would like to see that on his website.
So I would like to see that as well because it's just more of a it's more of a all right, well now I know where my money's going and it's not just into your pocket.
Right. It's like I do know I'm pretty sure he does donate money from the hoodies.
For sure.
Yeah, but like if you're not telling us how much is being donated, it's kind of like,
Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't think he's doing this, but if there was a person that didn't have a high moral, high value set, they could just say that they're donating it and then donate 1% of the proceeds or something. But then you could still say, oh, technically I'm still donating it.
When you go to fast food restaurants and they ask you, do you want to donate $1 or so?
Hell no.
Thank you. I don't do it either. Because, like, it's definitely just giving the owners a tax write-off. Like, if I wanted to donate to them, I will donate to that charity myself. I'm not going to give you the money and assume that you're taking my $2 and donating it to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Because that $2 is probably buying one of your employees a Big Mac right now.
Amen. That's true. And I always feel bad. I wish I was more donating and someone that gave more money to charities and stuff, but that's just I don't know.
I think that's one thing I am though. Like I'm a very charitable giver, and in fact,
really,
I stopped giving to those St. Jude's and stuff donations recently after finding out that the money was being used. So like the employers, or not the employers, but like the head of the companies can get that tax write-off and tax breaks and stuff like that. I like every time they ask, I'm like, yeah, I'll donate, like I'll round up my change, or like I'll donate like $2 or whatever. Cause it's like, I just always know there's always going to be someone who's in a worse situation than me. Yeah. And like, I know I'm in a place where I obviously can't help everyone, but if I have the opportunity to help someone, I'm definitely going to take it.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like, it's $2. That was probably going to blow that on something stupid anyway. Yeah. So I mean, I might as well give it to someone who actually needs it.
That's cool. I respect that. And that's where I feel like I'm too selfish. Where I'd rather have that money for myself than give it to someone who needs it more. But I understand that's where I'm flawed. But right. At least I'm accepting of it, and I'm not going to be one of those people that say, "Oh, I don't do that. I'm one of the nicest people with my money." I mean, I'm pretty pro-capitalist. Not gonna lie, but I mean, at the same time, I mean, there are needs and necessities that people need to have.
Absolutely.
But I don't, that is a conversation that is a very long conversation to have. And I would rather get absolutely destroyed by someone who knows what they're talking about.
And I do not.
And I mean, we also don't have enough time if you did. But at the same time, I've been watching the extreme like communist guys on YouTube that are very pro communism, leftist and whatnot. And they got some good points. They definitely do. And I'd be wrong to say that there is not a lot of problems wrong with capitalism. It's just, I don't know. I'm always one of those people that is work for what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And I don't think every single thing should just be given to you. I think that everyone deserves to have equal opportunities which 1000%. But if you work harder, you should have an incentive to get paid more if you work harder and give people something that other people want to have. So, and I think that's the biggest con. I might be completely wrong, and that's where someone can absolutely destroy me in the comments, and I'm completely willing to have that conversation, by the way.
Right.
But yeah, it's just my opinion, to be honest.
I completely understand that, and like I think I don't know if I'm communism or like capitalism, but like I definitely understand like that feeling of like if I'm working hard, I should be rewarded for my hard work.
Yes.
I think one of the few problems with capitalism is like not everyone has that fair share of opportunities to get what they need. Like some people are placed in higher positions because of like the way that country has made its grounds for people to make their money on. So it's like, yeah, they should be able to like work for what they get, but not everyone has that same opportunity. Like a Jeff Bezos or something like that. Like I'm pretty sure he had more opportunities than like, let's say, a kid in the south side of Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. No, and I completely agree with that. I just think that there are definitely those certain situations, but I've had this conversation with Bobby, obviously, and sometimes that underdog mentality, you can kind of use that to your advantage.
Absolutely.
And say, all right, I'm going to start from the bottom. If I go wrong, if I fuck up while I'm doing what I'm trying to do to get to the top, I'm just going right back to where I was. Mm-hmm. But some people don't want to go back to where they were, which is completely understandable. And you can't disrespect someone for doing that. Right. But I mean, I completely understand both sides of the argument. I just lean more towards the right side of capitalism wise. There are obviously situations where I'm more left and progressive, but other than that, good conversation on that. Definitely want to slide away from that because that is a very long conversation that we could have, and we only have about 3 more minutes left.
Yes, sir.
For the 4K camera or whatever that camera is.
Got you.
Good as. By the way, what are your thoughts on this setup?
I like that main shot.
So do I.
I like that main shot a lot. It looks really fucking nice.
I know.
The two angles, they definitely need some work. I definitely would prefer if like they could come in a little more.
Yeah.
Like when I'm looking at it, I don't want to see the other person while I'm looking at the shot, because that shot is supposed to be centered on me. That shot is supposed to be centered on you. Yeah. And if I can't see the person I'm looking at and I also see the other person, you might as well just stick to the main shot. Mm-hmm.
I agree. And I honestly thought that I was going to be very uncomfortable with sitting this across, because I don't know why I thought I was going to be anxious with the direct eye contact and whatnot, but I don't really care, bro. I feel very comfortable with this.
I feel comfortable and I feel powerful, and I feel like it makes for a lot more good conversations, because when we're sitting here like face to face, it just feels much better. Mm-hmm.
And I think it's more of I'm comfortable saying something to you because we're looking directly at each other. We're not angled at each other. We're not trying to, and there's nothing wrong with having a polite conversation, because sitting directly in front of someone, that's usually confrontational.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be.
Absolutely.
And we can have this conversation without it being confrontational. We could talk about anything. And I think that the confrontation aspect of sitting across from each other, that made it more enjoyable when we were talking about the flirting aspect. Because it wasn't as if we were trying to be better than each other. Yeah. It was direct eye contact.
I knew what you were feeling. You knew what I was feeling. Yeah.
And if you're sitting across from each other, you're not seeing the
body language and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I think body language is, actions speak louder than words, bro.
Absolutely.
1000%. But at the same time, bro, I love to chat, dude.
Me too.
So I think for the most part, my actions tend to act up.
Yeah.
To go along with my words. But what I had a conversation with, I think it was one of the first podcasts that I had. It was, what's your go-to feeling when you know that you're in a situation that you're uncomfortable?
I laugh.
Really?
Yes, I've been in a situation, let's say editing class, and we had this assignment where we had to edit this video or whatever, and I edited my video. It was like a really sad montage or whatever. Okay. And like this girl, she came up to me. She's like from Vietnam, and I really didn't know what she was saying, right? Because like her English wasn't the best or whatever, but she's like a really nice chick. Yeah. And so like she's talking to me, and I didn't really know what she said, so I was like, oh yeah. And then she walked off, and then my friend Amy was like, yo, she just told you that this video this video you made reminded her of her dead grandmother, and you just laughed. And I said, oh my fucking gosh. And I ran up to her and I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I don't know why I laugh. It's just instinctual. Like I try to make every situation better instead of trying to make it worse. And I feel like I do that by laughing. And is it bad? And sometimes absolutely. But I feel like it works more times than it doesn't.
I respect that. I do. Mine is, dude, I'm so quiet, bro, when that happens to me.
Yeah.
I just don't say a word. Oh, shoot. I think it's, oh, no, it stopped. I think, hold on. Oh, damn it. I guess this is where we'll just wrap it up.
I guess so.
All right. Other than that, I mean, maybe I could probably have just a black screen at the end of the podcast. And we'll just end it off here.
True.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'll throw a text message or something on the screen.
Gotcha.
But other than that, anything else that you would like to end off with?
Nah, thanks for having me on, man. I'm gonna do a little self promo real quick.
All good.
Follow me on Instagram at k.endel. I got a new song dropping next Friday called Not With Me by Katie Sizzle, so check that out. And it's always a pleasure to be on the Brandon Alper Experience podcast.
Of course. And if I don't end up on the Talks with Ken podcast,
you know you will.
All right, bet. All right, I'm cool with that then.
Yes, sir.
Other than that, I kind of like you having this roadcaster in front of you.
Makes you feel powerful.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't care. I love this free space that I could just put my arms anywhere, to be honest. Bro.
Right.
But other than that, that concludes the episode 10 of the Brandon Alper Experience with Kendel Dawson. You know, I don't know if you watch the podcast, but I love to have my podcast guests click the red button to signify, I think that's the word, that the podcast is over. So if you would like to go right ahead.
All right. That's a wrap.